So hello there everyone, and welcome along to a beautiful rainy Monday morning, or Monday evening, my apologies, to UK and this little village in the centre of the UK. So welcome along folks. So hi there Susan, hi there Claudia, hi Diane, welcome along guys, welcome there Tosca, hi Anisette, welcome along. Maybe you've cycled here today, Anisette. That's a great way to get about. And thanks so much for the photos and yours, Anisette, for sending those in. Hi there, Viv. Welcome along. I hope it's nice and sunny where you are today. Ian, welcome. Pamela, great to see you guys. Great of you to join me again on this loose Monday evening. So let's see what we can do. I'll tell you what we can do for a start. Don't forget to get your little cup of tea, coffee, or light refreshment. Whichever suits you, get it by your side. Hi there, Jenny. Welcome along from the beautiful St. Evanage that's never troubled by rain or anything else. So welcome along, guys. I'll just have a quick slurp and then we shall crack on. There's absolutely no sound effects whatsoever on this broadcast. Everything is as it is. That was a real slurp, a real British slurp, and really a real Midland slurp. So hi to everyone. If I don't name you by names, you're all more than welcome. It's great to see, and take the time to pop by. So let's do a little bit of a scamp. So if you're going to join in, guys, I'll try and take it a little bit slower because sometimes I just get carried away. I just eager to paint, so I just throw everything on and it flies about, and it's you know how it is. You know, if you do loose, that's what happens. So okay, so we're going to do the scamp for a start. So this is the little preparation bit that we do. So I'm going to chop this down. Let's go for a nice square. I love squares. Times square. Square sandwiches, well, cut in half, but square sandwiches to start with, and it makes a nice composition. So there's our little square to work in, and again, I won't tell you what this is until a little bit later. You can have a guess, and it will become fairly obvious. But let's try and press on a bit more for you guys. I want to see where we're going, what we're at. So there's my little square. Do a little square, guys. Yeah. So in the center of the square, I'm going to do a circle, but it's going to be a squidge circle, yeah? About yay big and about yay wide. So even though I'm just putting 4 dots down, I can still get a little circle out of that quite easily. So I join them up. And there we have our little squidge circle on its side. It's tumbled over, but it's okay. So then I'm going to make this thicker, this side. Yeah. So there we have a thick side, but we're just following the line around. And we're going to have a little thinner edge this way. Here. All good so far, guys? Brilliant. Maybe stop for another drop of tea in a moment because we're hard at work here. So good guess there, Bill. Good guess. Bill's guess is SpongeBob SquarePants. Almost, almost. How could you be so close but yet so far away? So I'm going to put a dot in the middle and a line across. Yeah. Then I'm going to put a rectangle on the top, and then another little squidge bit. Yeah, with a few little squidges on it. Now, I know squidges don't sound like anything, but it's not a bad description. If you get too technical with it, then you start to get in that technical mindset. So we don't follow that too closely. So there we have those sort of things. What else can we have? Oh, I know. One of these, another circle, lots of circles, and then I'm going to put a little line going down here. Yeah, and a few little circles on it. Again, fairly nondescript, but we know what we want them for. You know, oh, good guess, Tosca, good guess. Good guess as well, Jenny. Jenny's guess is a loo seat. So that is a toilet seat Good guess, though. Good guess. No, Jenny, it's not. You can take the girl out of Saint Evenage, but there we go. So, Bill and Tosca have got something very similar, and actually Susan and Ian all tumbled in with a pocket watch, and Bill's actual extension that is a SpongeBob pocket watch. So they're very rare items. Yes, it's going to be a pocket watch. Okay, but what we're going to do is going to tell a little bit of a story. So we're going to have some little triangles darting in from the side. And these are going to be, well, this is the second guess of the evening. It's like a quiz rather than a paint along. So there we have a little, first they start off as triangles, and then we add some little texture or some shapes to the side. And again, be fairly crude with them. Once you've got the overall size, then we can work back from there. So there we have a few, well, let's be honest, leaves tumbling in to point to the pocket watch. And then because our broadcast starts at 8 o'clock, we're going to put a little long hand on the 8, on the 12. We're going to put a little short hand on the 8. So there we are. We'll put little dots for a start, although I started for the numbers or numerals. But remember, this is a bit of a curve. So it's not flat, it's little curved glass. A few little lines around there for some description of the lines. And then those little chain things. Rather than working out the long and the short ones, we'll just have a rough idea. I think that could maybe go under a leaf, bit of a leaf there, and then we'll just line on top of a leaf there. So got all that on, guys. Fairly straightforward. So that's the scamp. Let's put the little name on it so we know what it is. Voila, voila. There we go. Second break. Cup of tea, guys. Cup of tea. For you and for me. So there we are. We're just going to put that to one side, and then we're just going to work on the normal paper. Ooh, ooh. So nothing out of the ordinary is happening at all. It's just a standard evening in the little village. Nothing is. If anything does happen, do let me know. Keep me posted. So let's transfer the scamp over onto the proper paper. So got that ready to rumble. We're going to put the square on for a start. And let's transfer this over, so little dots. So we're going to be a bit tidier on this. Again, apologies about the lightness of my pencil work, but that is quite important to what I do. If we press on too hard, it gets a bit too specific, as in I follow the detail a bit too much when I'm actually doing the painting. So quite light, but believe me, it is there. Yeah. So got that on. Now let's transfer the said pocket watch, Lucite, SpongeBob pocket watch, all of those things we now just transfer across. So I put the dots down for a start, so we get the position and the dots, so it gives me a good starting point. So let's have that as the, I believe, yeah, that'll be fine. Then the width. Narrower this side because of that old thing called perspective. Yeah. So thicker this side, thinner that side. Basically, because you don't see it. It's hidden over the hill of the watch. Yeah, got that on. Little rectangle at the top. bit of a curve, yeah. Then we've got that squidged circle at the top. We can make this a little bit ornate now we've got it in position. All I do is wobble pencil. Now that couldn't be easier, could it? Wobble the pencil. Then I think we had another little ring just here. That could go there. Again, tapering to one side, going through there. But again, we'll just use Miss Rigger to throw that on very simply. So we've got all those things in position, guys. Dot in the centre. Well, I say centre, it's slightly off centre, i.e. further across and slightly higher up, I think. A line for the big hand, one for the small, little dots for the numbers, so 9, 3, 6, 12. I'm just going to put dots down for a start. I may just do them as dots. They're a bit more forgiving. Now also make these actual gaps wider this side than that, because again it's closer to us. Oh, that's good news, Ian. So your the drawing is obviously the starting point, but if you do that too tightly, as you may have obviously deducted, then you're going to be constrained by the lines you put on. So just a rough idea will help an awful lot. So good one. Got that on. Then we're going to have these 4 triangles, I think, for a start, jutting in. Maybe have a couple there. One here. And again, when you put them in, even though they're fairly random, don't obscure things that might work. So I'm going to put a leaf behind here, but I don't want it just straight over a nice piece of interest like that, because it was a waste of time. So we don't want to do that. So try and incorporate things that will help. A little bit jutting over there, so you can actually start with the top of the leaf and then work backwards. Again, another one. Jut, jut in the hut. So there we go, have another little bit of here. So they don't all have to be big leaves. I said big leaves, not fig leaves. Got that on. Let's have there's a few twigs as well. We didn't put this on the first one, but I think I quite like the idea. They give a bit of direction again. We'll see how those go. Anyway, that's it all on, guys. So let's have a little break. I'll just have a quick cup of tea and we shall take it from there. So if anything does untoward happen, please do inform me straight away. Brilliant, nice cup of tea, guys. So if you're painting along, prepare for battle, prepare your equipment. So I'll just briefly run through the colours that I'm hopefully going to use. So I'm going to use cerulean blue, gold ochre, cad orange, indigo, Indian red, what else? Maybe a little bit of cerulean violet as well. So they're the colours I'm really going to be looking at. Got a little bit of tissue ready to rumble. Put that just at the top there. So let's get going. I'm going to start with BB, Big Brian, the ever faithful stalwart of the loose gang. A little bit of water on Big Brian. Drag it around the metal rim. Just taps of water. Literally just little taps. So then we're going to go in with cerulean blue. Just drag it around a little, and again, placing it on. It looks fairly sporadic, and that's really because it is. I'm building up the shape. I'm not just painting it from top to bottom and making sure every little bit's okay. I just want to get all the stuff on and then see where it takes us. So got that on. One I didn't mention was mauve. So I'll put a bit of that on as well. Drag that round. And again, the little gaps that are left I can add to. But I don't want to fill the whole lot. I like the little light areas and they give me the feeling of light. So I'm going to leave that on for a moment. Then I'm going to go with a bit of water on the face of it. And start with a little bit of another one, guys, I didn't say, here's me, a little bit of lemon yellow. Drag, taking it close to the edge, but not too close. Then a bit of lemon yellow. Drag this round. Again, I don't mind if it touches the side because that harmonises it. I bring some of the tone in around it, saves me a lot of bother. Got that on, just bleeding gently in. Cup of tea time. Then I'm going to just have, rather than put water down, a little bit of cerulean blue just on the top of the winder. Mauve. And again, just let that float about. Do its own stuff. A little bit of indigo. Just at the back edge. Just bring this round. Just floating in. So each time I'm just adding a bit of colour to the extremities, the outside, and just letting it find its own way. Hi there, Radiana, hope you're well. Thanks for dropping by, great to see you there. So this is all just bleeding, doing its own thing. So what I'm going to do now is a little bit of water around the edge of the leaves. And again and again. So really I'm going to get some Le shadow on for a start. So now I've put Le in front of it, but I'm going to put some shadow on. So I've got that, drag that down. So remember where your shadows may be cast. Under potential twigs. I put one there, a bit just here. Bleed some of the clock colour, say clock watch colour, into the background. And then I'm going to run a little bit of this under the clock as well. So hi Anna, welcome along. So again, that's just doing its own thing. That could be on the leaf, so yeah, we'll do that in a few moments. So got that on. A little bit of water just to give it a bit of patination. And I'm going to put a little bit of indigo into that as well, only in places. Yeah, so that gives a little bit of darkness. Hi there, Ivy, welcome, thank you, very kind, very kind. All floating about, guys. So a little bit of tissue now, scrunged up in a scrungy kind of way. Pick out some little areas just on the pocket watch. So I think actually while that's still wet, I'm going to have a go at putting a very light line for the handles. So a little dot in the center, bit of a flick up, and also here, bit of a flick across. Maybe on a second hand as well, just there. Yeah. Fried egg anawoo, blimey, that is amazing. Amazing what you can do. Also, I'm going to put some little dots in for the numerals. I think there's enough there. Bit underneath. Okay, that'll do. Right, big Brian again. Back to work, Brian. No slacking, my friend, no slacking. Bit of water in the bottom too. Gold ochre. Just pushed out quite vigorously. And again, a little bit in this one. Then a bit of Indian red. Second half of the leaf, just dragged out. Almost finding the center and dragging that out. Bottom corner of this one. And again, maybe the base of this one, start here. Got that. So, got three more, bit of water, bit of water, bit of water. Maybe a bit of water, maybe four. I'm going to go in with a little bit of Indian red. So not just using the tip of the brush, but scraping it out as well. Now there's that little ring that was in the top of the watch, so I can just go around that. I won't bother with the small bit, I can do that separately. So we've got that. Hi there, Leslie. Welcome along. You're a star. I hope everything went well on the way back to the good old US. So well done. Right. Okay. We're just Cerulean violet. Bit of this. Bit of this. Bit of this. Bit of this. Just scraping this out. And again. And again, so we're just really just using the actual true width of the big brine there just to get everything on. Got that on. So I might tap a little bit into the bottom of these because it's got a bit on the brush there. There we go, floating around. Also, while we're on this particular subject, we're going to go in with Indian Red with Miss Rigger. Just drift this across as if it's a little twig. I think we need a second one. So I'm going to use Miss Rigger. Just grab hold of her, but do it in slow movements, not big, long ones. So to there, to there, to there, just add little bits as you go. Got that on, bit of TT, pick a bit off, so you get some light zones within the twigs. Pick a bit out of the leaves. Then I'm actually going to fold a bit of tissue around the actual bit of an old credit card or something like that, something rigid but thin. Credit card's quite good because it's quite malleable. That's the right word, it bends. Got that on. Oops, throw that away. So now we can add, I'm going to add the little bit of darkness around with Miss Rigger. Welcome, Miss Rigger. Thank you, thank you. Let's have a little drag that around. Just negatively leaving that white space. Then I'm just going to scoot some Miss Rigger work of some chain links. And that draped on. Now I think I'm going to bring some just here, weren't we? I think. Let's have a look. So that could be under a leaf. So put each one on at a time and just drape that across. And I'll even change it to a different colour, taking it out of the frame there. So again, got all that on, just floating around. Get that straight for you guys. Right, let's go back in with a bit of indigo, well, a mix of indigo and cerulean blue, so it's a mid blue. And now this is relatively dry, I'm going around the shapes of the end of some of the leaves, and then I'm going to run the colour off just with water and let that bleed off. So that naturally picks out the shape. Again, you can just decide exactly where you want to put these, so you don't have to follow exactly where the colour has fallen. Again, a bit at the bottom here. Take it to about there. Water. And again there. So I've got a bit under there. Bit there. Bit under there. You can actually chop into the leaf shape as well. Bit there. So I'm doing it in sections rather than the whole lot, because it can just dry out by the time you've got to it. Around there, the ragged rascal, a few little dots on the leaf, drags the eye in. Hi there, Vicky, welcome, welcome. Yes, you need to practice for getting ready for the cool weather, Vicky. I shall see you in a couple of weeks' time. So a little line under there, say, a bit there. So this is all just shadow. It's emphasising the shape. Bit of water. Just here. Throwing that on. Just a bit this far side. Not too much because the light's coming the other way. But you can just naturally pick out your leaf shapes fairly simply. Bit of water. And again, a bit of water, bit of water. Lots of water in watercolours. See what it gets the name. So I've got all that on. And just on the leaves again, I'm going to put some bit more description with this rigger. So stems. Flick that on. Let those join. Then a little bit of water as well. Soften a few lines down. Again, don't get too fiddly with these, just give a bit of description of how they go. So I put them on and I'll float them off. Water again. So there they are. Now we'll just get some definition into the clock. So going with indigo. just around the rim a little and this edge. Just gradually bringing that round. Bit of water so I can bleed some off. Again on the stem of the winder. Again, just the base of the clock. Picking that out. And we had a little lines of description just on the winder again, just a bit of water. Back into the loop, loop to loop. Darken a few of the little chains. And then I think we'll just make the actual hands a little bit bolder. And the numerals. Again, one more swoop with some negative stuff. Just under the leaf again. Don't worry, Shirley, never late. Fashionably, well, yeah, fashionably late. Let's go for that one. Always a good get out clause. Picking a bit out there. And again, I think where some of the leaves cross over, let's take that one into there, that one over there. Just a little bit of pigment run off. And a few little lines just going down the other way. So that can just be added on, all very simply. Do I ever do portraits? Occasionally, but I'm trying to get into them a little bit more. So that will be really an interesting add-on for me. So I've done several and they work pretty well, but really to get the idea over, I need to practice more. So there's always things to learn, Shirley. So thanks very much for that question. So just dropping this on. I think let's have a look. Put one more down here. But try not to be too tight with your doing every little bit. Just pulling these across. Yeah, just if you've got a credit card handy, Janice, that's all you need. If you've not got one, borrow somebody else's. It'll be fine. So got this on. Let's have a look. Oh, I know one last thing. What paper is it? £140 cold pressed knot paper. Drag that on. Cast by the hands of time. Maybe a little bit of that just along the edge as well. Gives us a suggestion that it's indentated a little bit. So, got those on. So let's fiddle about. You know, once you get to the fiddling stage, it's time to put the fiddle down because it's telling you that's about the right time, literally. So one thing to do, guys, as always. So if you sign it, be proud of your work is always a good thing. Absolutely, and that's a great idea. Just go to the bank and say, I want a credit card, a platinum gold credit card, because I just want to lift a little bit of watercolour off some of my paintings. So that will be a brilliant excuse. I might even try that myself. So there we have it, guys. There is our little pocket watch, our SpongeBob pocket watch nestling in some leaves. So time of year, and really I suppose it's giving you a message that that is the time of year. And also, really, it's the time of the end of the painting. So I'm going to put this one on as the challenge, guys. Give it a whirl. Post away your paintings and do encourage everyone else because it's a great little thing. Everybody gets so much out of watercolour painting and learning how to do it. It's a fabulous thing. So post away. Thank you so much for all of the photos that have been flooding in for October and what October means to you. They're fantastic. We've got one on so far, and there's another one on tomorrow. That's all ready to go. So another one to follow along with, and I've got 3 or 4 others halfway through, and we're getting there very rapidly. So if you're a member of the website, I've got also about 3 or 4 new tutorials on this week. So I've been very busy boy. So have a go at those and post away. They're good fun and varied as well. The what else have we got? Yes, eShop Hall is coming up very soon, so less than 2 weeks away. So we're all going to meet up there and have a good old time in the north of England. Do bring a coat. And mainly a coat, that's the main thing. I'm sure it'll be fine, but it's a beautiful part of the country if you've never visited there before. Anything else we need to say, guys? I can't think of anything. Website's going really well, guys, so get on there, get painting, tell your friends, and share the love of looseness with everybody that you know. So thanks again for your support, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And I will see you again very, very soon.